I have a problem with video editing Twitter. My biggest problem with video editing Twitter is that you have all these accounts with 27 followers claiming that they have 3 to 4 to 5 million views on their videos. And while some of them, that's true, right? They're Fiverr editors who have garnered a good amount of views and are now jumping over to Twitter, or they actually have clients that they've worked with in the past because they were really good at cold outreach and they've just never built a profitable personal brand. That's okay. But you can always tell the difference between somebody who is in the category of like just now launching their personal brand versus somebody who has never edited a day in their life and is trying to get people to sign up for their stuff. And the difference between those two is how they sound. It's always how they sound, because those who have actual work experience don't sound like a robot. They actually engage like an authentic person. But the people who don't have work experience, they're using things like ChatGPT to write their tweets. And I want to be incredibly clear. I think using AI tools to boost productivity, to give us ideas, and to elevate our communication can be really, really good. But when we use it without checks and balances, it becomes a huge problem. And when we use it in a way that makes us sound like a robot, that's another huge problem. That's another huge problem. And it's part of the issue is these people who are using ChatGPT and relying on it and only have 27 followers don't know how to build a personal brand because they've never had to do it, and they aren't taking the time to learn how to build a profitable personal brand. So I want to take everything I've learned from watching tons of videos on personal branding and building my own personal brand and give you just 2 quick tips. Tip number 1, have a main pillar of content. What is your main pillar that you talk about on social media? For me, it's going from broke to paid as fast as possible. That's what I do. I help video editors go from broke to paid as fast as possible. And by doing that, right, that's the main thing I talk about. That's the North Star. I don't deviate from the North Star, but I also have other things I love to talk about, right? And you see me talk about those things on Twitter, whether it's my faith or whether it's nerd culture or whether it's the creator economy or being a creator on YouTube, right? I love talking about those things, but those are all on Twitter secondary to the main thing my brand is about, which is helping video editors go from broke to paid as fast as possible. And so you as a creator and you as someone who wants to build a personal brand have to have your North Star. Maybe it's being an Apex Legends video editor. Maybe it's working with small businesses. Maybe it's working with churches, whatever it is, right? Let that be your main thing and talk authentically about it. Talk authentically about working in those spaces. Then as you talk authentically about working in those spaces, begin, right, to let some of these other supporting pillars show up and connect those supporting pillars to your North Star. Then, right, as you are doing all of that, engage with people authentically. Don't just interact with giveaway posts. Don't just interact with meme channels, right? No, engage with people in your specific community authentically. One of the things I love to do on video editing Twitter is to go in and comment on people's stuff and engage with people authentically. It's one of the best ways that I've learned to grow on Twitter, and it's one of the best ways that you can grow on Twitter. I firmly believe that, but you have to engage with people authentically, and you can't sound like a robot. If creators wanted to work with a robot, they would hire the robotic services. They would hire Opus Clip to do their clips. They would hire ChatGPT and pay for premium to write their copy, right? They would do those sorts of things if they wanted a robot, but they don't want a robot. They want a real person. And so act like a real person, and you will attract real people to your business. And if you're having trouble with figuring out how to do that, the Broke to Paid Library is here to help you do just that. If you hit me up on Twitter, I would love to talk to you about the Broke to Paid Library. If you're interested in signing up for it on YouTube, the link is in the description. And if you're also on YouTube, do yourself a favor and don't stop learning by clicking the video right here.